Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let us chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. So let us recite Bhagavad Gita shloka. We are reciting, so since we didn't begin a new shloka yesterday was Monday, we were supposed to start a new verse, but we didn't do it yesterday. Let's start the new verse today. So the last verse that we memorized was Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 14, text 4. Let me see what's the next memorization verse. 1410 is the next one. Then we did 14. Next is 1410. I think you can turn off the exhaust now.
Repeat should need phone.
1410. Please repeat after me. रजस्तमश्चाभिभूय सत्वं भवति भारत। रजः सत्वं तमश्चैव तमः सत्वं रजस्तथा। रजस्तमश्चाभिभूय सत्वं भवति भारत। रजः सत्वं तमश्चैव तमः सत्वं रजस्तथा। रजस्तमश्चाभिभूय सत्वं भवति भारत। रजः सत्वं तमश्चैव तमः सत्वं रजस्तथा। Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata, sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and at other times, ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Okay, so now you can start reciting. Let me change it to default view so you can see the whole thing at a time. So if anyone needs to go first, please raise your hand. Yeah, Aditi Lata Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Just a minute. I'll just remove the synonyms so you can see it. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Rajastamascha sattvam bhavati bharata. Raja sattvam tamaschaiva tama sattvam rajasthatha. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and at other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Thank you, Mataji.
Arulita?
She is not here at the moment.
Okay. Anyone else need to go first? So we'll go in order. Achit Priya Arundhati Mataji. Not yeah. Dalvat Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
रजस्तमश्चाभिभूय सत्वं भवति भारतं रजसत्वं तमश्चैव तमसत्वं रजस्तथा. Translation of the Translation. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata, sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and at other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So next, Inba and Nya are here. No, Isha.
Rajastamaśchaभिभूय sattvam bhavati bharata. Raja sattvam tamashaiva tama sattvam rajasthatha. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and at other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy.
Madhava,
Tadastamasabibuya Sattvam Bhavati Bharata Raja Sattvam Tamasaiva Tama Sattvam Rajastatha. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. Also of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy.
Rasapriya,
रजस्तमश्चाभिभूय सत्वं भवति भारत रजसत्वं तमश्चैव तमसत्वं रजस्तथा. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. Lesson of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and at other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy.
Narsimha Lila Chaitanya Prabhu. You're not ready, Prabhuji? Priyanka Haripriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, ma'am.
Please accept my humble obeisances on Guru Sri Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Rajastamaschabhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata rajaha sattvam tamaschaiva tamaha sattvam rajastatha. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance, O son of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Prajna and Saujanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Rajastamaschabhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata rajasattvam tamaschaiva tamasattvam rajastata. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance, O son of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and at other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Saujanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandot Pranams, and goes to Srila Prabhupada, and goes to simple devotees.
Dandot Pranam Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Rajastamas chabhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata rajasattvam tamaschaiva tamasattvam rajastatha. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance, O son of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and at other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So those who did not recite yet can recite now. Anyone is ready? Yes, Prabhuji. Dandot Pranam. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Rajastamas chabhibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata rajasattvam tamaschaiva tamasattvam rajastatha. Translation by His Divine Grace C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance, O son of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and other times and at other times, ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Anyone?
Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Rajastamaschadibhuya Sattvam bhavati bharata Rajasattvam tamasyaiva Tamasattvam rajastata. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata, sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavats Pranam, Sarva Shishila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Rajastamaschabhi Sattvam Bhavati Bharata Rajasattvam Tamaschaiva Tamasattvam Rajastata. Translation: sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata, sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and at other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Spurti is not here.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Anyone else? So shall I go to Bhagavatam now? Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 1. Text 25 we completed. So text 25 was the last of the verses, last of the 4 shlokas, which were spoken by, originally spoken by Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, and then repeated by Lord Brahma, as heard by the demigods. So we discussed that verse again yesterday. So just one last point there. We said that there are 3 types of Maya according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So anyway, a quick recap of all 4 verses. So what is going on here? First thing is Bhumi Devi approached Lord Brahma because she was overburdened by these demoniac kings who had these military armies consisting of hundreds of crores. So you can say like billions of soldiers. Billions of soldiers. So she went to Lord Brahma. Then Lord Brahma understood that this problem has to be addressed by Lord Vishnu, because Lord Vishnu takes care of maintenance. Lord Brahma is responsible for creation. So therefore, he was going to take Bhumi Devi to Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. And then along with him, he took demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Indra, because Lord Indra is responsible for maintenance and Lord Shiva for annihilation. So when they go to Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, he may order Lord Shiva to destroy all these kings who are actually demons. So just in case the Lord orders Lord Shiva, so he took Lord Shiva along. And then he took Indra because Lord Indra is responsible also for maintenance. How is Indra responsible for maintenance? He is the Lord of rain, and from rain, foods are growing, and from food, people's bodies are maintained. People are maintained. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhavaha yagyad bhavati parjanyo yagya karma samudbhava. So maintain Lord Indra is maintainer. So in case, and this is a maintenance problem, Bhumi Devi, earth has to be maintained properly. So the Lord may call for Indra. Thinking like this, he took these two demigods and others also. And when they all went to the shore of the milk ocean, and there uh, uh, they all together with great attention recited the Purusha Sukta prayers, glorifying the Lord. After that, Lord Brahma, only Lord Brahma could hear this, nobody else. Lord Brahma, in his meditation, in his trance, heard a voice in the sky. Whose voice was that? It was Kshirodakashayi Vishnu's voice. And Lord Brahma is telling the demigods this voice. So Lord Brahma is telling the demigods that whatever I have heard or whatever I'm hearing from the Purusha, Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, I'm going to repeat again for you. And after hearing, you should immediately, without any delay, carry out the order. So one thing that we understood is he's repeating the message as it is in first person. He's not even saying it in a second person that Kshirodakashayi Vishnu says. No, he's just repeating exactly what Kshirodakashayi Vishnu said he's going to repeat. So then we started those 4 verses which were spoken by Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. The first verse was that uh, you demigods should appear.
That Lord is already aware. Wasn't
Thank
it?
you. The Lord is already aware. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Even I got trapped. I remembered that and I became confused for a moment. I was thinking that, well, that's what Lord Brahma said, that the Lord is already aware. So, how can these be the words of Kshirodakashayi Vishnu? But that's the whole point here. Kshirodakashayi Vishnu is saying the Lord is already aware of the problem of Bhumi Devi, and that Prabhu, he is aware. So who is this Prabhu who is aware of the problem of Bhumi Devi? This is as spoken by Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. This is Krishna. So Kshirodakashayi Vishnu is saying that Prabhu is aware of the problem of Bhumi Devi. So for as long as, okay, all of you demigods must take birth in the Yadu dynasty, and for as long as the Lord is on this earth, reducing the burden of the earth by his own potencies. For that, all that time you should be here on the earth assisting him. That was first verse. And the second verse was, the Lord is going to appear as the son of Vasudeva. So to please him, the wives of the demigods, Surastriyaha, they should also take birth. Of course, when the demigods were asked to take birth in the Yadu dynasty, by Upalakshana we understood Yadu dynasty, Kuru dynasty, all dynasties, right? Okay. And also we saw Surastriyaha, the special commentary given by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Surastriyaha means the Lakshmi Devis. They should come, also appear as gopis specifically. Anyway, then the third verse is that Balaram, right? Uh, the word Balaram is not said, but it is said Kala, Vishnu Kala. So basically, what this verse is saying is that Balaram is also going to appear. How is it said Balaram? It is said the elder, right before uh, that person whose expansion is Anantasesh, thousand-faced Anantasesh, who is the elder brother, and also one important word there is Svenaiva. Svenaiva means what? Anyone remembers? Svenaiva, remember? Sorry, not Svenaiva, sorry, Swarat. Swarat.
Swarat.
Ah.
Yeah. Mm, Who
So you have to divide it into two words.
who
Swa
shines?
and Rat.
Swarat, yeah. I don't remember exactly, but something related to shine was there.
Yes,
couldn't
correct.
recall it properly.
Yes. So Swarat, you divide into two parts. Swa and Rat. So Swa means Svenaiva. Rat means Rajate. So Svenaiva Rajate. Svenaiva means his own. His own what? Svenaiva Bhrata. So Rajate means his shining. So this personality whose expansion is thousand-faced Anantasesh, this person is shining with his own brother. Who is his own brother? Krishna. And he appears before Lord Krishna. And why he will appear? He will appear to perform activities to please Krishna. He has a desire to perform activities that will please Krishna. For that he is going to appear. So this whole description fits for Balaramji. So this verse is talking about Balaramji who will appear before Krishna. So in short, the third verse
Also,
is
there
saying,
is the word agrato, right?
right, that means he'll come before. Agra. Agraja, one who takes
Can you
birth
say,
before.
Mataji, once again, Swarat?
Svenaiva
Can you say once
Rajate.
again? Just it will fit in mind.
Yeah, Svenaiva Rajate. Svena means his own. Rat means Rajate, who will shine. Raj Karna, who will shine. Svenaiva Raj. So Svenaiva means Swayam, like that, his own. What? His own what? Svenaiva Bhrata. So he will shine with his own brother. And Agra means he will
Okay,
appear
got it. Thanks.
before. Yeah, so then obviously who comes before? And also to make, so that you can also say Agra can be the other six sons also. They also appear before Krishna. No. His expansion is thousand-faced Anantasesh. Like that. So then it can only be Lord Balaram. Okay. So that was the third verse. And then the last verse, which we discussed for 2 days, I think, or maybe 3 days, is about Vishnur Maya. So this Vishnu Maya was ordered by the Lord, and being ordered by the Lord, she appeared on this earth, or not appeared. This is all being said before. She will appear. She will appear. So Balaram will appear. Then first Vasudev, Krishna will appear as the son of Vasudev. Balaram will appear. Then the last verse is saying Vishnu Maya will appear, being ordered by the Lord. And how she will appear? She will appear with her part and parcel. Where? So who is the part and parcel? Mahamaya. Where her part and parcel is always bewildering this creation. What is that bewilderment? She makes all the living entities, she keeps all the living entities under the impression that they are these material bodies. This is the bewilderment of Mahamaya. Then we also understood that, so who is ordered by the Lord? Yogamaya is ordered by the Lord. So we studied that there are two types of Maya. There is Yogamaya and there is her expansion or her part and parcel Mahamaya. Why? What is the need for two Mayas? Because there are two types of activities of the Lord. So for two activities, he needs two types of Maya. The same Maya cannot do both activities. So, what are the two types of activities of the Lord? One is his activities in relation to his devotees, and the second is his activities in relation to the enemies of his devotees. So, those activities which are in relation to the devotees are carried out by Yogamaya. because Mahamaya has no control over the devotees of the Lord. And those activities which are in relation to the enemies of the devotees or enemies of the Lord, those are conducted by Mahamaya. So then we also gave examples. Yogamaya's function is pulling the womb or the garbha of Devaki to Rohini. That means pulling Lord Balaram. That's one. Second activity is putting Yashoda Mai to sleep so that Vasudev can come and exchange the baby. Yashoda Mai is a Nitya Siddha devotee. What control will Yogamaya have on her? She cannot put her to sleep. We are all put to sleep. Sleep is in the mode of passion. In general, when we talk about sleeping, dreaming state, that is in the mode of passion. Is the material mode of passion going to act on Yashoda Mai? No, because she is always in prema. Someone who is in prema all the time, oh, goodness, passion, ignorance cannot act on them. So those two activities, and one more activity, putting all the family members of the gopis to sleep when Krishna played the flute and the gopis wanted to go see Krishna. That happened in the night. So that putting the husbands and mother-in-law and everyone to sleep, that is also done by Yogamaya, because they are also not ordinary people. They are all transcendental devotees. Then Mahamaya's activities, we said, Mahamaya's activities are Kamsa. She's cheated. I mean, he is cheated, thinking that the eighth child of Devaki is actually a girl. And he tried to kill that girl. And this girl slipped away from his hand and went into the sky. And from there, she went to different places. And she's worshipped. There are many temples of this sister of Krishna. And she's known by different names wherever she went from there. And there are temples in those locations even to this day. And then Mahamaya, how do we know that this is your Mahamaya only, not Yogamaya? Because you won't find any Yogamaya temples. You'll find in all these places, you'll find Mahamaya's temples. And she's known by different names like Vindhya Vasini, Vaishnavi, like that. So these names, they all belong to Mahamaya. And who is saying this? Mahamaya herself is saying in the scriptures how she escaped the hands of Kamsa. So that is, and also Duryodhan, Shalva. In spite of seeing the universal form of the Lord, they don't get this intelligence. They cannot understand here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In spite of seeing his universal form, they think this is a cowherd boy, a cunning cowherd boy. This is a Yadava, like that. How they are thinking like that? Because it is Mahamaya's bewilderment. Why Mahamaya is covering their intelligence, not allowing them to realize Krishna? Because they are envious of Krishna, they are not devotees, and they are cunning. So they don't have the eligibility to see Krishna, to understand Krishna. So Mahamaya bewilders them, covers them. Then finally, there's a third Maya. What is that third Maya? We said when Yashoda Mai, she saw within Krishna's mouth all the universes, and then even other places. Nanda Maharaj, he sees Varuna Loka, and then he also sees Vaikuntha, and other Brajbasis also. They see so many wonders that Krishna shows them, and still they never consider Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That means they are also in Maya. What does Maya mean? Ma Yaha. Ma means not, Yaha means this. That means it can be both ways. One way is that which is not there, you see it as there, right? This is what Mahamaya does, isn't it? What is not present, you see that as, basically it's covering. Maya means Maya covers your knowledge. You cannot see things for what they are. This is Maya's function. Uh, you saw the example of Mahamaya, of course. Kamsa could not understand, so his knowledge was covered. And then Yogamaya, Yogamaya. Why she is Yogamaya? Yogamaya, yeah, covers the knowledge. Putting Yashodamai to sleep means what? Right? She's unaware of what's going on, isn't it? So she's just putting. Basically, Yogamaya's function is to orchestrate the pastimes, to help in fulfillment of Krishna's pastimes with his devotees, So whatever is needed for the pastime to be successful, to be fulfilled, she will do that. That is Yogamaya. Then there is a third Maya, that is why the Brajbasis, who are all, they have intense love for Krishna, and they are not able to see Krishna as the Supreme Lord in spite of seeing so many wonderful things. This is because of a third Maya, and that is their uh, Premadhikyam, means extreme love for Krishna. In the case of Yashodamai, it is Vatsalya Bhav, and then others also they have, Prema. Basically, it is Prema, intense Prema. This is called Maya, because of that love. So we also saw what is the nature of this love. There is a sequence that happens. First, it covers the real knowledge. That means the devotee will become incapable of correlating the opulence of the Lord with his person. So when you see Krishna doing wonderful activities, you are not able to connect. These wonderful activities must belong to the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Krishna must be Supreme Lord. That they are not able to do. Why they are not able to do? Because of that intense prema, they cannot correlate the two. The opulence of the Lord with the Lord, they cannot correlate. Then the next thing is that prema binds Krishna within the heart of the devotee with the rope of affection. Binds Krishna in the heart of the devotee. Krishna cannot leave that person's heart. And then what happens after that? This at every moment, this affection. So when Krishna is now bound in the heart, at every moment, the affection of this devotee for Krishna keeps increasing in leaps and bounds. That affection for Krishna just keeps increasing and increasing and increasing at every moment. And finally, when you get affection, what is it that you experience? You relish the sweetness. So one is you're feeling love, right? You feel love, that bhava of love is there. And then because of that bhava, you're tasting that pleasure, that sweetness. So they are not simply tasting, they are being drowned in the ocean of that sweetness. This is the nature of love, prema. So now the important question is why this third. So now we said Yogamaya, Mahamaya, and third one is Prema. That Prema is also called one Maya. Why are we calling it Maya? We don't have to call it Maya. Why we are calling it Maya? So simply because Maya's function is it covers knowledge. So yeah, it is covering the knowledge of the Brajbasis, Yashodamai's knowledge that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. This Prema is covering, therefore it's called Maya. Okay, no problem. We'll say it's Maya. Why it cannot be Yogamaya? You may say, right? You get that question? Why this cannot be Yogamaya? This can also be Yogamaya, where Yogamaya is putting Yashodamai to sleep. Yogamaya can also be covering the knowledge of Yashodamai that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why it cannot be Yogamaya? Does anyone want to try? What is the reason that it cannot be Yogamaya?
We have known this thing only, Mataji, that it is Yogamaya because of which the Maya or gopis are not able to see Krishna as the Supreme Lord.
Yeah.
But this angle is new, third angle that you have said, that intense love.
Why?
So we don't know.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. We don't know. I don't know exactly. So
Yeah. I didn't explain that. That's why I was asking if you want to guess. Yeah. So the third one is why? Simple. It's only one line answer. Because it's doing more than what Yogamaya does. What is it? First part, covering the knowledge. Okay, that much Yogamaya will do. But what about tying Krishna in the heart and then increasing that affection for Krishna at every moment, and then drowning that devotee in the ocean of sweetness? This is not the function of Yogamaya. This is only the function of Prema. Only Prema can do this. Only Prema can do this. So therefore, it would be injustice, right, to say that this is only Yogamaya. So normally we will think there's only two Mayas. Generally we will see, but Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives this another angle. He says, no, the reason for the Brajbasis not recognizing Krishna as the Supreme Lord is their intense love, and why it is not Maya, why it is not just Yogamaya, is because it's doing more than what Yogamaya does. The other three in sequence, right? Tying Krishna in the heart, and then all that only Prema can do. Yogamaya no. That's why. Okay, so now we'll go to the next verse. Who's supposed to read? Do you know? Text 26. Or did we read it already yesterday and we have to? No, we didn't. We'll just start. Sri Shuka Uvacha Ityadi Shyamaragan Ityadi Shyamaragan Prajapati Patir Vibhuhu Ashvasya आश्वास्य च महिं गीर्भिः स्वधाम paramam yayau. Who's supposed to read? Do you know? Anyone remember?
Mataji Isha read last that day, Sunday, right?
Thank you. Helps. Okay, so Krishna Shish is not here. Madhava, translation.
Sukadeva Goswami continued. After the advancing the demigods, pacifying with their wit, the very powerful Lord Brahma, who was the master of all the Prajapatis, and is therefore known as Prajapati Pati, returned to his form Brahma.
Yes. So after relaying to the demigods what Kshirodakashai Vishnu said, what the order of the Lord is, and that they should immediately execute the order without any delay. That was already said in the beginning. So after saying these four words, what happened? Sri Shuka Uvacha. So this is Sukadeva Goswami speaking. What happened after that? Sukadeva Goswami, Sri Shuka Uvacha. Ityadishyamaraгаnan iti adishya amaraganan. Amaragana means all the demigods, right? Amara Gana. Gana means group. Amara is those who don't have death. That is, Amara means demigods. Iti Amara Gana iti Adishya. Adishya means after informing, or Adesh dene ke baad, right? Ordering, right? After ordering. Ityadishya Amara Ganan. Ordering the demigods like this. Who's ordering? The order is coming directly from Kshirodakashai Vishnu. Lord Brahma repeated that. Prajapati Patir Vibhuhu. Prajapati means those who are producing, increasing population. But the master of all Prajapatis is Prajapati Pati. That is Lord Brahma. He is the original Prajapati and he is producing other Prajapatis. Right? So Prajapati Pati is Lord Brahma, and Vibhuhu. Vibhuhu is all powerful, and elsewhere we actually saw Vibhuhu means actually Lord Brahma also. But here Vibhu is all powerful because Prajapati Pati is Brahma and he is all powerful. Ashvasan dena, right? Reassuring them. Cha mahim girbihi swadhama paramam yayo. So who is girbihi? Mother, girbihi means by sweet words. Girbihi. So mahim means earth, right? Mahim. We see this in Bhagavad Gita also. Mahim. Mahim means earth. So after reassuring Bhumi, who was in the form of a cow, with sweet words, Girbihi, with sweet words. Swadhama Paramam Yayav, he went back to his own abode. Okay. Sukadev Goswami continued, after thus advising the demigods and pacifying Mother Earth, the very powerful Lord Brahma, who is the master of all other Prajapatis and is therefore known as Prajapati Pati, returned to his own abode, Brahmaloka. Next. शूरसेनो यदुपतिर्मथुराम् आवसन्पुरीं माथुरान् शूरसेनांश्च विषयान् बुभुजे पुरा. Rasapriya.
Formerly, Surasena, the chief of the Yadu dynasty, had gone to live in the city of Mathura. There, he enjoyed the places known as Mathura and Surasena.
So now we are, or Srila Sukadev Goswami is beginning the description. So it's understood that demigods have now appeared because the order was immediately they should take birth. And how they are supposed to take birth, that also today I didn't give a recap, but earlier I had explained. They come and they actually mix with the eternal associates of the Lord who descend from this, not descend, actually. The residents of Mathura, they are eternally in Mathura because this Mathura is actually same as the spiritual world. This Gokula is same as the spiritual world, like that. So the residents are always here. So the demigods will come and mix with the eternal residents, and then they appear to take birth. They take birth, or when they take birth means now they become manifest. They're already there, but the demigods will come and mix with the eternal associates, and then they take birth. Take birth means they're becoming manifest now. Okay, so here now directly we begin. Shuraseno Yadupatir. Yadupati means the master of the Yadus, who Shurasena. So once there was Shurasena, who was the master of Yadus. Mathuram Avasanpurim. Mathuram, at a place known as Mathura, Avasan, right? He came, Purim, in the city, right? So Mathura, you have both actually. Mathura is a city and Mathura is also that province. That whole province is Mathura, and within that there's something like our New York. New York is a state and New York is the city also, like that. So Shuraseno Yadupatir Mathuram Avasan Purim Mathuran Shurasenamscha Vishayan Bubuje Pura. Shurasenamscha Mathuran Shuran. So Mathuran means at the place known as Mathura district. First Mathura is the city and next Mathura is the district. Shurasenamscha, and there's also a place known as Shurasena. So after he came, formerly Shurasena, the chief of the Yadu dynasty, had gone to live in the city of Mathura. There he enjoyed places known as Mathura and Shurasena. Okay. So not that Mathura itself is called Shurasena, two places. So he enjoyed Mathura and Shurasena. Mathuran Shurasenamscha, right? Mathura and Shurasena. He he lived there in that district of Mathura as well as Shurasena. Vishayan Bubuje Pura. Pura means previously, earlier. He enjoyed these kingdoms. Which kingdoms? Mathura and Shurasena. Next. नरसिंह लीला चैतन्य प्रभु। राजधानी ततः सा भूत सर्व यादव भूभुजाम मथुरा भगवान यत्र नित्यम सन्निहितो हरिः। Narasimha Lila Chaitanya Prabhu, are you able to read?
Yes, Mataji. Since that time, the city of Mathura has been the capital of all the kings of the Edo dynasty. The city and district of Mathura are very intimately connected with Krishna, for Lord Krishna lives there eternally.
Yeah, purport Spurti and
They are not there.
Nobody's there. Okay.
1 minute.
Mataji, I can read Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Go ahead.
Purport. It is understood that Mathura city is the transcendental abode of Lord Krishna. It is not an ordinary material city, for it is eternally connected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vrindavan is within the jurisdiction of Mathura, and it still continues to exist. Because Mathura and Vrindavan are intimately connected with Krishna eternally, it is said that Lord Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Vrindavanam parityajya padam ekam na gacchati. At present, the place known as Vrindavan in the district of Mathura continues its position as transcendental place, and certainly anyone who goes there becomes transcendentally purified. Navadvip Dham is also intimately connected with Vrajabhumi. Srila Narottama Das Thakur therefore says, Sri Gauda Mandala Bhumi Eba Jane Chintamani Tarahaya Vrajabhumi Vase. Vrajabhumi refers to Mathura Vrindavan, and the Gauda Mandala Bhumi includes Navadvip. These two places are non-different. Therefore, anyone living in Navadvip Dham, knowing Krishna and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be the same personality, lives in Vrajabhumi, Mathura Vrindavan. The Lord has made it convenient for the conditioned soul to live in Mathura, Vrindavan, and Navadvip, and thus be directly connected with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Simply by living in these places, one can immediately come in contact with the Lord. There are many devotees who vow never to leave Vrindavan and Mathura. This is undoubtedly a good vow. But if one leaves Vrindavan, Mathura, or Navadvip Dham for the service of the Lord, he is not disconnected from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. At any rate, we must understand the transcendental importance of Mathura Vrindavan and Navadvip Dham. Anyone who executes devotional service on the place in these places certainly goes back home, back to Godhead, after giving up his body. Thus the words Mathura Bhagavan Yatra Nityam Sanhito Harihi are particularly important. A devotee should fully utilize this instruction to the best of his ability. Whenever the Supreme Lord personally appears, he appears in Mathura because of his intimate connection with this place. Therefore, although Mathura and Vrindavan are situated on this planet Earth, they are transcendental abodes of the Lord.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, what did we read in the previous verse? That Shurasena was the leader of the Yadus, and he came to Mathura district. And he made Mathura city the capital of his kingdom. So he was enjoying Mathura district and Shurasena districts, and his capital was Mathura city. Then this verse is saying, Rajadani tataha sabhut saha abhut. Right? Saha means that. Which one? That Mathura, previous verse, what we were talking about, that Mathura, Saha, that Mathura. What Mathura means both. You have the province Mathura and the city Mathura. Rajadhani became the capital. So Mathura became the capital since that time. Which time? Since Shurasena's coming there, Mathura has become the capital. Sarva Yadava Bhubujam. It became the capital for all the Yadava kings. Sarva Yadava Bhubujam. Bhubujam means the kings. So all the Yadava kings. Right? So Mathura became the capital for all the Yadava kings ever since Shurasena came there and made it his capital. Mathura has been the capital of all the Yadu dynasty kings. Mathura Bhagavan Yatra Nityam Sannihito Harihi. Mathura where, right? So that Mathura became the capital for all the Yadava kings, Yadu kings. Where means here in Mathura. Where Yatra, where Bhagavan Nityam Sannihito Harihi. So this word Nityam Sannihitaha is important. These two words, Nityam Sannihitaha. That means Nityam means continuously, constantly, eternally, always. Nityam Sannihita means what? Close, right? Huh? You say Sannihitudu means what? Someone who is very close, right? Intimate friend, like that. Sannihita. So this place Mathura is very closely connected to Hari. That's the point. Okay. Rajadhani Tataha Sa Abhut. This Mathura became Rajdhani capital. Sarva Yadava Bhubujam for all the kings in the Yadu dynasty. Mathura Bhagavan Yatra Nityam Sannihito Harihi. Okay. So where means in this Mathura, or this Mathura is very intimately connected with the Supreme Lord. Since that time, since which time? Since Shurasena's coming to Mathura, the city of Mathura has been or had been the capital of all the kings of the Yadu dynasty. The city and district of Mathura are very intimately connected with Krishna. So here not just the city, not just the capital city of Mathura, but the entire province of Mathura also, both the district Mathura and the city Mathura, they are very intimately connected with Krishna. Why? Why they are intimately connected with Krishna? Nityam, eternally he is residing there. That's why. Because the Lord is eternally residing there. In other words, Mathura is actually not a material place. Even though you know that there is Mathura station, railway station, you can go there by taking a train, right, or by car from Delhi you go. It appears like a city where you can go to other cities, you can also go to Mathura. It appears like a place on this earth. Earth is part of this material universe. So on this earth there is a place called Mathura. No, this Mathura is actually transcendental. It is not part of this material world. It is understood that Mathura city is the transcendental abode of Lord Krishna. It is not an ordinary material city. Why? Because it is eternally connected with the Supreme Lord. So that's why Srila Prabhupada is quoting Vrindavan and Mathura. Vrindavan is in Mathura district only, right? It's not separate. Within that Mathura district, you have Vrindavan. So, and Vrindavanam Parityajya Padam Ekam Nagachati. Leaving Vrindavan, Krishna will not take even one step anywhere. He will not leave, he will not take even one step outside of Vrindavan. He won't leave Vrindavan. That means he's always there in Vrindavan. And where Krishna is there, how always, how can that place be material? It cannot be like that. So whatever we see today, Vrindavan, Mathura, they are all, both are, and there are other places also. Navadvip Dham is mentioned, right? They are all transcendental, not material. Sri Gauda Mandala Bhumi, Yeba Jane Chintamani. Right? Sri Gauda Mandala Bhumi. Like you have Raja Mandala, this is Gauda Mandala. Gauda Mandala means this. Wherever the Lord performed pastimes in Navadvip, right? Extended Navadvip also. Gauda Mandala Bhumi, Yeva Jane Chintamani. One who understands this Bhumi, this land of Gauda Mandala, to be this land to be Chintamani, right? Chintamani Prakarasadma Sukalpa Vriksha. Touchstone. So this land is same as Golok Vrindavan, the land of Navadvip. One who knows this, ye bajane chintamani, tara hoy vrajabhume vas. If you recognize this, then when you're living here, you're actually living in Vraja. Vrajabhumi means, again, Vraj means Mathura, Vrindavan, everything. Gauda Mandala Bhumi means Navadvip. Especially these two, just like for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, these two places are most significant, right? Just like Janmashtami and Gaur Purnima are the most important festivals for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And similarly, these two dhams, Vraja and Navadvip Dham, they are most important for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So these two places are non-different also. How? When you recognize that Navadvip is also transcendental, and with that consciousness, when you're living here, you are actually living in Vraja, even though you're in Navadvip Dham. And also you recognize, so Navadvip is transcendental means what? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna. This is another thing. You will also come across some people who consider themselves to be devotees of Krishna, but they don't accept Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Krishna. Of course, why they don't accept is because, of course, they don't accept because they didn't get the mercy yet. But even otherwise, about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you don't see it openly in the scriptures. It's not that it's not mentioned, it's mentioned, but in a very, hidden way it is mentioned, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's avatar is Channa avatar, right? Channa avatar, hidden avatar. That's why you don't hear. So many people don't know. All of us also, I think, before we came to Krishna consciousness, the other day, Nilambari Radha Mataji was saying, for a long time she also didn't know, even though she's from West Bengal, and what to speak of the rest of us. So, but you ask about Krishna, any part of India you go, everyone will know Krishna. Anywhere, it doesn't matter. South India, North India, West, East, anyone you ask, everyone will know about Krishna. Like that. Lord Vishnu, Lord Ramchandra, everyone will know. What about Lord Chaitanya? Not everyone will know. It's a hidden. That's why you don't see. But if that is why, if somebody is able to recognize this, and if he's living in Navadvip with this understanding that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not different, he's the same Krishna, and he's living in Navadvip, seeing this Navadvip as transcendental, right? Chintamani, the land is Chintamani, then he doesn't have to go to Vraj, he's already in Vraj, he's in Vrindavan only. So the point is, these places are transcendental, they are not material. The Lord has made it convenient for the conditioned soul to live in Mathura, Vrindavan, and Navadvip, and thus be directly connected. How merciful, isn't it? We are not a pure devotees, we are not eternal associates, we don't have any qualification. Still, the Lord is giving us an opportunity to live in His abode. These places are transcendental, and even without any qualification, we are getting an opportunity to visit here, to stay here, to live here. What What mercy is this? Just think about it, right? Out of his causeless mercy, he is giving us an opportunity. He has made it convenient for the conditioned soul to live in Mathura, Vrindavan, Navadvip. Why? Because the Lord is eternally residing here. If you're living here, you're actually directly connecting with the Supreme Lord. Simply, so we cannot minimize this, right? Don't minimize this. Srila Rupa Goswami said, 5 things are very, very powerful for bhakti. One of them is Mathura Vas, living in Mathura. And here Srila Prabhupada is saying, if you live in Navadvip, with the understanding that the land is transcendental Chintamani, you are actually living in Mathura Vrindavan, you are living in Braja. So that is fulfilling Rupa Goswami's, uh, instruction. 5 most powerful angas of bhakti: chanting the holy names, association of devotees, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, worshipping the deity, and living in Mathura. So living in Mathura is also very powerful. It is not just, oh, it's okay, what's there if you're just living there, but no, there is uh, great power. So whenever possible, even if we are not living there, at least as much as possible, we should visit. And simply by living, Srila Prabhupada is saying, simply by living in these places, one can immediately come in contact with the Lord. And of course, devotees take vows not to leave these places because they get attached to Krishna. They want to be, because you immediately come in contact with the Lord by living in these places, it is said. So then who would want to leave Krishna? Right? They would want to be there, always contacting Krishna. So many devotees, they take a vow. Right? This is called Kshetra Sannyas. Kshetra Sannyas means, I will not leave this place. Right? He's leaving everything else. He's holding on to this place. And Srila Prabhupada is also acknowledging that this is undoubtedly a good vow. Not that, no, you should not do. So never minimize that. If somebody is doing that, if somebody is attached to living to a holy place, don't criticize that person. This is not our mood. We shouldn't do like this. It's not like that. So Srila Prabhupada is actually approving that. Okay? It is undoubtedly a good vow. But there's a higher purpose. After understanding the importance of the dham, after getting all that attachment to the dham, because you are directly coming in contact with Krishna, now for the service of Krishna, it's like, you're willing to even give up. Being in association of Krishna, we see in Chaitanya Leela. Those devotees who were in the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when the Lord sent them away, it was like, it was like death to them. Death would have been better. They were feeling like falling down, fainting, crying. Loknath Goswami and, the Lord sent Govinda home. Like there are so many devotees, after being in his close association, when they were sent, how much separation they were feeling. And here are some devotees headed by our Srila Prabhupada, living there, right there in uh, Vrindavan, in Radha Damodar Mandir. And Radha Damodar Mandir is said to be, Srila Prabhupada said, it is the hub. Hub means the center of the wheel. It is hub of this whole universe. And there Srila Prabhupada was sitting, and what was he doing? Translating Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, and right there were all the acharyas, in Radha Damodar Mandir, the samadhis of all the acharyas are there. And Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, all the acharyas samadhis are there in Radha Damodar Mandir. Srila Prabhupada was there. Can you imagine what ecstasy he must be experiencing? But still, he left Vrindavan. So he is not concerned about himself. For him, it would have been the best thing to just live there with Krishna. You're already in the spiritual world if you're living in Vrindavan. And what kind of a devotee? Completely realized who's actually seeing Krishna, seeing this place is not different from Krishna or from the spiritual world, and still leaving that place and going away for the sake of Krishna's service. This. Not that now we have not realized, we have not even tasted what it is like to be in the Dham, we've never been there, and then we sit somewhere else and we criticize that what is there, right? Uh, this is not our mood. We should not be in. No, we shouldn't minimize like that. There is weight in that. But if it's a higher purpose, somebody after realizing all this, after all that attachment, still they leave, because if I live comfortably here in Vrindavan, in you know who will go and preach? What will happen to rest of the people who don't know about Vrindavan? For such a long time nobody knew about Vrindavan. Only when Srila Prabhupada went and brought some Western disciples, then Vrindavan became known to the whole world. And now you go and see Vrindavan, it's so busy. So Srila Prabhupada revealed Vrindavan to the whole world. If he had not left Vrindavan, how would the whole world know about Vrindavan? So if we are actually engaged in that type of service, we are not staying in Vrindavan because we are sacrificing that so that we can give Vrindavan to the whole world in the mode of Srila Prabhupada, then yes, that is glorious. It is glorious. Even if you are not living in Vrindavan, actually you are in Vrindavan, right? So Srila Prabhupada is saying this is undoubtedly a good vow. But if one leaves Vrindavan, Mathura or Navadvip for the service of the Lord, he is not disconnected from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are not disconnected. So, at any rate, we must understand the transcendency. Again and again, Srila Prabhupada is saying, we must understand the transcendental importance of Mathura Vrindavan. And Srila Prabhupada, this is the 10th canto. This is Krishna's pastimes. But every time he says Mathura Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada adds Navadvip there. Right? So, Srila Prabhupada is saying, at any rate, we must understand the transcendental importance of Mathura Vrindavan and Navadvip Dham. Anyone who executes devotional service in these places certainly goes back home, back to Godhead after giving up his body. Thus, the words Mathura, Bhagavan, Yatra, Nityam Sannihito Harihi. This is from the verse. Mathura is the place where Bhagavan Nityam Sannihito Harihi. A devotee should, that means the Lord is always there. Therefore, these places are closely connected with the Lord because He is always there. A devotee should fully utilize this instruction to the best of his ability. See, you use this to the best of his ability. If you get an opportunity, take it. If you get the opportunity, take it. You don't know for how long it will be there. It's not any material place that you decide that I will stay here. We can say, but for as long as we are permitted to stay, we can stay. And then when we are asked to leave, we have to leave. So while we are here, we must take full advantage. Anyone who performs devotional service in these places, Srila Prabhupada is saying, they'll go back home, back to Godhead after giving up this body. And of course, if you're, if you're not able to go, that's also understandable. Then if you're hankering to go there, if you're thinking, oh, when will that day come when I will also be there in Mathura, when I will also be there in Vrindavan, and you're always hankering, you're already there. In your mind, when you're there, you're there. And naturally, if you're hankering like that, when you get an opportunity, will you go or not? You will look for every opportunity. As soon as you get, you will go there. Like that. But saying that, yeah, you don't have to go there physically. Even in your mind, if you're there, it's as good as that. That's not the attitude. When you're not able to go, then yes, in separation, you're thinking of that place. Yes, that is, these places are very special. They're very, very special. Of course, Srila Prabhupada's mercy. Srila Prabhupada said, what did Srila Prabhupada say? Every ISKCON center, every ISKCON center in any part of the world is Vrindavan. And it is actually, if you're actually living in the temple, engaged there serving Krishna, you will feel you are in Vrindavan if you're properly engaged. Yes, no doubt. So these places, the temples, dhams, very, very potent, very, very powerful. We must take advantage. Whenever the Supreme Lord personally appears, he appears in Mathura. Why? Because of his intimate connection with this place. Therefore, although Mathura and Vrindavan are situated on this planet Earth, they are transcendental abodes. That's the message of this text. Mathura, Vrindavan, Navadvip, these are transcendental abodes. Not just Mathura, Vrindavan, Navadvip, also Tirupati, Tirumala, and Dwarka, and Rameshwaram, right? All holy places, they're all transcendental. Mataji, Saujanya Mataji.
Mataji, see, first of all, who are all staying in Vrindavan, Madhura? Krishna already said that they're all he's ordering the demigods to be like to become his associates. That means that place was existing even before demigods everyone went?
Yes, of course. The place was existing and the persons are also there. All the eternal associates are there. Krishna is there. Not was there. It is still there. Now Krishna's, we don't see Krishna walking in Vrindavan. But Krishna is still walking. He's doing all the pastimes and he'll do pastimes with who? With his associates. So his associates are also there. Mathura is a transcendental place, eternal place. So the pastimes are always happening. So now your question.
So then why he's saying that, all of us, let us go, like, he's telling the demigods, let's go. If they're already there.
Demigods are not there, no. Demigods are not there. Demigods are in their Amaraloka.
So demigods are not there, but his eternal associates are still there.
Yes, but it's not visible to everyone now.
Everyone.
There's what is called Prakata and Aprakata. So, in the 28th Dwapar Yuga of Vaivasvata Manvantara, in one day of Lord Brahma, at that time, that means the rest of the time Krishna is not in Mathura or Mathura city is not there, it's there. And Krishna's pastimes are happening, but everyone is not able to see Krishna and his pastimes and his eternal associates. Everyone is not able to see. Only those who got those Divya Chakshu, right, by dint of their bhakti, they are able to see those pastimes. But in general, everyone is not able to see. But in this time, the 28th Dwapar Yuga, from when the Lord appeared, during that time, everyone is able to see. Everyone is able to see. So now, before the Lord appeared, the Lord ordered, you go and you demigods, you go and mix with the eternal associates who are already there in Mathura.
Okay,
Then,
so you go and meet with them.
and when they come and they merge into, not the demigod completely, a portion of the demigod, because demigods are still there in the heavenly planets also. So a portion, their expansions, they will come and mix with the eternal associates. And then they perform various pastimes for Krishna. And then finally, when Krishna is winding up his pastimes, then just the Prabhas Kshetra we see, right? Krishna is going back to Vaikuntha, like that you see. In some Puranas also it is said, the hunter killed and then Krishna went back to Vaikuntha. Krishna didn't go back to Vaikuntha. Krishna is there only eternally. In Dwaraka, Prabhasa, Krishna is there, but just like the demigods, later on, next few verses it will come, just like the demigods, Lord Vishnu also come and merge with Krishna. Vishnu, of course, Krishna is complete, so everyone is in him. But Vishnus from Vaikuntha planets, they come and merge with Krishna, like Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Niruddha. And then Krishna is performing pastimes. When Krishna is killing demons outside of Mathura, when Krishna goes outside of Mathura, who is doing that? Because Swayam Bhagavan Krishna doesn't leave Vrindavan. So when he goes outside and performs pastimes, it is Lord Vishnu, like Vasudev Krishna, going outside and doing pastimes outside. So the Vishnus, various Vishnus also come and merge with Krishna. And when Krishna's time is over to end his Prakata Leela, then these Vishnus go back to their particular Vaikunthas. So sometimes in some Purana it is said Krishna went back. Krishna didn't go. His Prakata Leela became Aprakata. So he is not visible anymore to everyone. Similarly, his associates are not visible to everyone. You see the land is still there. But Krishna, his associates, his pastimes, they are not visible to everyone. That doesn't mean they are not happening. They're still happening. All the personalities are still there. But now it is aprakata, that only manifests at a certain time. So during that manifested time, these demigods are invited, Lord Vishnus are invited to come and participate in this Leela. And when the Leela is finished, they all go back to their particular abodes. Like that.
So that means the Madura place is transcendental. It was always there, and
Yeah.
so that means that place is really special because Krishna. It's like
it's a spiritual world.
Right.
It's a spiritual world because Krishna is eternally performing pastimes. Just like you want to go to Golok Vrindavan Dham, there Krishna is eternally performing pastimes. He's eternally performing pastimes here also in Mathura. But because now it is aprakata, nobody is able to see, not nobody, but everyone is not able to see. Only those, those who have love, prema bhaktas, right? Very high, exalted, pure devotees, they are able to see Krishna's pastimes when Krishna reveals to them. All of us are not able to see.
That's why they said Dham.
Yes, abode.
Yes.
Yes. So that was this verse. Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna. This verse is about the glory of Dham, Mathura, Vrindavan, Navadvip also. We will stop here. Oh, I bookmarked it already. I think I will stop here. Yes, Mataji.
And another point is, see, everything was not there, and then after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he said, "This is Vrindavan, this is Govardhan," like that. Otherwise,
it was
nobody would have.
there, but again covered, right? They didn't even realize that, like these are the Leela Sthalis. This pastime happened here, this pastime. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he sent Rupa Goswamis and the Goswamis, they actually were seeing those pastimes happening in those places where to the rest of the world it just looked like rice fields. It just looked like a rice field. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw, this is Radha Kund. And then Radha Kund. So like that. So then the Goswamis also, other places of pastimes, they excavated. They actually saw these pastimes happening there. So then they actually made it known to everyone by erecting temples, ghats, like that.
Yes, thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I will end here. We went half an hour over time anyway already. So tomorrow we'll do Bhagavad Gita and Leelamrita. All of you have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.